fuck that shit. I'm gonna pace the show the way I want to pace the
and
show.
I want to do this forever.
Not even, I don't even think it was that, because like again, he originally said One Piece is only going to be 5 years.
That's what he thought about in the beginning.
He was like, it's going to be 5 years, but what he said was like the warlords were so fucking cool to him that when he incorporated them, that they really kind of like made the show long as fuck, because the show was really supposed to be about the emperors. But he said that the warlords were so cool and dope that he just had to incorporate them. And he was like, when he incorporated them, they just made the story long as fuck. And if you think about it,
yeah,
this nigga fought Crocodile, Mihawk being in the storyline, Boa Hancock, the whole him fighting Gecko Moria, like stopping him, like it's like being a whole, like it's just like a bunch of shit. Akuma being in the storyline, and Kuma being a deep part in the storyline. Like Akuma's like a huge part in the storyline.
Not for real.
You know, but anyway, getting back to the like analysis of all this shit. The thing that people have like what Oda does again is like he has to take his main character, and like one of the rules is whatever you don't want to happen to your main character, make it happen to the main character.
That's why he said he took Shank's arm off, because it was like his co-writer was like, nah, it's too boring. You gotta fucking put some drama in that shit.
Yeah.
But now they're saying Shanks has a tattoo.
No. He has a tattoo. No. Exactly. No, but the tattoo, exactly. Like, exactly. He can use these things. And
I feel like he added that shit. You think that was in the original writing, or he added that? I think that was some shit.
No. As far as like Shanks goes, Shanks was always going to be a celestial dragon.
I can feel.
No. What I'm saying is Shanks was always going to be Celestial Dragon, but he probably added how all this shit is going to be revealed, and like how all this shit is going to go down, as far as like, because he still has to reveal things. There's still so many questions about Shanks.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, because you know, once you get a question answered in One Piece, you get like 5 more questions, like in that show. So it's like, it's insanity. But, you know, when it comes down to like the aspect of like playing on making your character go through these hardships and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
When you get introduced to Luffy is just this optimistic character, right? But at the end of the day, he's like super whimsical, and his vibes are, you know, Luffy vibes or whatever. You know, he's like very, you know, carefree, genuine, and pure, you know. So when you see this character...
Very shonen.
Huh?
Very shonen.
Yes, exactly. He's a play on like Goku and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's like, it's Oda's character.
Yeah.
And Luffy is his own person. Like, he's not Goku. He's not Goku at all. Like, I don't even think like they act the same in the slightest, really.
What? They do kind of have.
They're just stupid. They're just stupid.
But is that pure?
It's that pure innocence of ignorance. It's like that pure ignorance of you know, and that's why Ichigo breaks that rule. Like once you get, that's what I'm saying. Once you see the rule,
I like Deku, because that's why I like Deku, because I feel like Deku is an intelligent main character. You damn near have no intelligent main characters.
I give you that. 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 I can completely give you that. I can completely give you that. I really definitely give you that. Other than Ichigo, because Ichigo's smart as fuck. That nigga get that nigga get straight A's. That nigga get that nigga get straight A's. That's, you just don't know it. You just don't know it.
He still has that like kind of goofiness to him though.
Oh yeah,
versus like Deku's purely like, bitch, I'm smart.
Yeah.
I want to smoke. Like,
That is very true. I give you that. I really do give you that. But let's get back to One Piece. Okay, but on One Piece's end, Luffy's introduction, he's this whimsical character. He's a boy. So once you see Alvida get introduced, Alvida's like killing people. She literally like hits Kobe and like smacks him off the ship. and stuff like that. But like the way she smacks him off the ship, her strength is insane because like in this world, he's not even just saying that like it's a cartoon because it is. That's what he wants you to believe. He plays on this silly, but it's like super dark. It's like he wants to tell this dark story, but he wants to wrap it around this playful energy.
Who?
Oda. It's like it's this dark ass story. It's this completely dark and grim story, this grim ass world, really, too. But he tells this story through this playful energy, this playful like way of telling the story by making Luffy literally the main character. It's like you cannot even take this character seriously. The like you literally can't in the beginning.
Yeah.
You're like, who the hell is this character? But at the same time, Luffy's doing moves that you're like, damn, he just kind of fucked that guy up. You know, stretching his arm half a mile back and winding it back to, you know, to a person is like insanity. Yeah, like, dude, when he does this to Alvita, he literally throws her in the fucking, like, he sends her flying. Yeah. He sends her flying like, what is it, Team Rocket. He Team Rocketed her. Yeah, that's what he did to her, and that shit is insane. That's the first thing we see from him. Yeah. As far as like his abilities go. So it's like, oh yeah, so all we know is what Oda wants us to know. This kid is a little boy. He wants to be king of the pirates, and he's crazy as fuck. and he's made out of rubber. And he can't swim. Everything.
The power is goofy, especially when you get to Crocodile and you see Crocodile. You're like,
his play.
Like, this nigga Luffy is kind of like mid. Like, what's going on? Like,
his play on Goofy and Sirius is the most important thing to his storytelling. That's the most important.
It's the ultimate underdog story. That's why I didn't. Even the animation style is like, yo, this animation style is trash. Until you really start looking at it, like, hold up, that shit is masterful. Like, what the fuck?
It's his own style. It's literally his own style because he's trying to make it look like a cartoon. Yeah. He's a fan of Tom and Jerry. He's a fan of, like, you know, Western Bugs Bunny and shit like that. So you see Luffy, and Luffy is Tom, pretty much. He really is just Tom. He's this person who likes to fight. He has fun fighting. Like, you know, he does goofy shit.
I mean, that's all, man. Like you said, shonen. That's all.
I mean, not Tom. He's Jerry. He's not Tom. He's Jerry. He's Jerry.
That's all shonen tropes. They all love to fight and shit.
Yeah, of course. Of course, that's a shonen trope. That's a rule. It's a rule. It's a rule. It's a trope. It's a rule. And what he does is like make Luffy, and the biggest rule of all is this one rule. And the one rule is, in my opinion, because, like, again, it's all my opinion, it's all subjective as far as, like, what is the biggest rule. But to me, the biggest rule that you have to do in order to make it a shonen and make it interesting as far as when the fight comes down to it is make the character underestimated. Yeah. And Oda goes to the extreme, in my opinion. I mean, Naruto looks underestimating. Ichigo looks underestimating. But Luffy... this motherfucker looks underestimated. Like he looks so unintimidating. Like completely. Yeah. You know? But the thing is he is the most devastating character. Like, dude, he's a demon. Like,
and he's a laughing demon.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he's a smiling demon, bro. Like,
Joker, I think, was dope because you see the ultimate evil in his Joker, this laughing
villain. Yeah.
It's like that contrast between Luffy.
Dude, oh my God, no, the show's amazing. The show's just amazing. But you underestimate it, and so, like, when it comes to the villains, though, the villains is where the show shines, man. The villain is where the show shines. I'm talking about from the very beginning. He's always like, nah, bro. Every villain that he meets, and every villain
Luffy is the king of the villains. That's the shit too.
Yeah, like, exactly.
I'm here to be your king. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Y'all niggas is evil as hell. Like, but I'm laughing. It's okay. I'm not here to be evil, but yeah, I want to be your king.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I can smack him. And the thing is, Luffy, he's not the thing. And the one thing you got to know about Luffy too, because everything you know about Luffy is what Oda wants you to know.
Yeah.
He wants you to know this
and it's
about
a
Luffy.
perspective thing too, because it's almost like even in Wano, like Zoro's like killing niggas. Like Zoro's out there like
Yeah.
like, and this is right here, man. Like I love you, it's all fun, but it's like Zoro's out here wagging shit, like just killing shit. Like, but they doing this in a playful way. And even that time Sanji spent with Drama 66, this is the evilest organization damn near in the world.
Yeah.
Like even him whooping Luffy's ass was like, yo, I'm with my niggas. Chill. Like, look, we get in this move. Like, so no telling what kind of shit Sanji even did during that time with them. Like, and if it was, that's why I'm so excited for the remake, because I feel like the remake is gonna highlight the actual darkness of the show. I feel like the remake they'll be able to really dive into that
but to me, when people even say that One Piece is not dark, I'm like, dog. Even though like hang on.
Yeah.
Even though Toei Animation or whatever changed shit up to make certain things light, you know what I mean? To make certain things light or whatever, they still can't hide how dark this nigga really making this show, because the first season, Nami's mom gets shot in the fucking face in front of her, nigga. You can't tell me this shit is dark. Zoro's best friend falls down the stairs.
Supposedly. Supposedly.
Yeah, supposedly. But at the end of the day, like, regardless, it's like, that's no. Even if she died, like, I'm saying no, she died like that, right? If it's said that she died like that.
I say supposedly because we don't really know.
No, we don't really know.
You
but
know how he does full circle. She might fuck around and be emu. Like, you never know with the show. Like,
no, I give you that. I give you that. I give you that. But what I'm saying, like, what Zoro knows. Yeah. Zoro knows that she fell down the stairs. But the thing is, the way she fell down the stairs, don't you understand that she was Zoro's, like for instance, like
Zoro's rival / love.
No, it wasn't even love, bro. It was just rival. I mean, yeah, he did like.
I'm saying like
he did.
Totality of a show.
Yeah. She would have been his
like
love.
Love in basketball.
She would have been his love interest. She would have been his love
interest,
most definitely. But at the end of the day, the way Zoro saw it as a child at that time, he was like, "No, dude, I hate her. I hate her."
Yeah.
That's how he saw it.
Yeah, type shit.
He never shown that girl love. Don't you understand that? He never shown that girl any kind of love.
Yeah. Ever.
Other than when he says, "Hey, like, let's fight." You know, like again, like, let's keep fighting, pretty much.
Yeah.
But like, he's like, "No, this is my rival. Like, I'm angry. I don't like when you're angry." He's like, "No, dude, I don't feel love towards this person." Yeah. But once he is training, and those boys came and told her, like, "Hey, yo, Zoro, Kuina died." Everything, his whole entire world dropped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, dude, this shit is like, dude, Zoro is not like, he's not even 10 years old. He looks like.
Yeah. That's fucked up. That shit's dark, bro.
And that shit is dark as hell. It's like, it's dark as hell. And then the thing is like, he just has to deal with it. And then he goes to his sensei, which is Kuina's father. And the thing is like, the show is beautiful the way it was really executed in this way, because like, he's a sensei to this boy. He's like, "Nah, I can't even show this boy."
And the man low-key wanted a son, because as a samurai, it's like you can't give it to your daughter in that time.
Yeah. But
so he gives him her sword.
But hang on though. But you remember what he says to him too. What? Like what he says to Zoro. He's like, because like he's pretty much like, he says to Zoro. He says, "Zoro, when I look at you now,
all I do is cry type shit.
All I feel is pain."
That's fucked up.
He told a little boy that. Don't you understand that? No, but he wasn't saying that like he was saying that like, dog, like, I gotta get this off my chest. Yeah. And the reason I feel pain now is because like, yeah, bro, like I got love for you, most definitely.
Yeah.
You know, I got love for you, most definitely. But at the end of the day, my daughter is dead, bro. And
I know that was your only motivation in life type shit. Like, I think that was too beyond that. Like, I know your whole drive was to beat her. Now you have nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's fucked up, bro.
No, it's fucked up on both ends. Because, again, because he's like, dude, when I see you, all I see is my dead daughter. Literally, that's all I see. Because like that's all your motivation was. That's all. Like, and Zoro's like, no, okay, fuck this shit. I'm gonna give me that sword. I just know that was her sword. Zoro has no idea that this sword is probably one of the most coolest swords in the world.
And then all the way to Wano. That's one of the Ikomichis or whatever.
No, like, Wado Ichimochi. It's the Wado Ichimochi.
Yeah, like that was a legendary sword.
No, but what I'm trying to get at is that like Zoro doesn't even know, and the sensei doesn't tell him. And the sensei giving Zoro this sword, not giving it to his family, like he's giving it to his son. You know what I'm saying? He's giving it to a son to him. Like that's pretty much what's going on. But like that's not his son. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's his, and he's giving Zoro this sword, not even telling Zoro the full like length of like how special this sword is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Zoro wouldn't give a shit anyway. I mean, but he gives him the sword. But anyway, like getting back to like analysis again. We're getting back to the analysis because we're just getting a little sidetracked. But going back to Luffy's struggles, because the villains are again the coolest characters. So the next villain like Alvida is like his introduction villain, but when he tries to get his first right hand man, because again Luffy starts with nothing, because story wise he's like, okay, this is not a shonen. Story wise, it's not a shonen. This is just a pirate who's going to become king of the pirates.
Okay.
But I'm starting this story with this one pirate who's on a fucking canoe. And he doesn't have anybody. He doesn't have anybody on his career. He can't swim. He doesn't know how to sail. He doesn't know how to do anything. But he's like, oh, I'm going to be king of the pirates. So, of course, this story is going to become, like, long, in my opinion. It's like, dude, you're starting from the scrap beginnings. Like, and the first person he gets is Zoro. And, like, the way that he, like, breaks the rule with Zoro is like, nah, bro, I'm going to make Zoro... Like, and another thing you can do with writing is, to get a little sidetracked, another thing you can do with writing is, you want to, like, it's called transmedia.
Transmedia.
Yeah, and transmedia is when you make a story and you treat every single character as if they're their own character. They're their own storyline, their own motivate. Like you have this character's their own person. And that's transmedia. The easiest way. But hang on. Let me tell you one thing. This is the easiest way to test transmedia, because you could actually. This is actual shit that you can like look up. It's called transmedia. The easiest way to test transmedia is to take the main character out of the story. Take them out of the story, and see if you still have a story to be told there. Okay. You got Roanoa Zoro. You got Nami.
Like I always say, Chopper alone is his own.
Exactly. No, every single one. You got Jinbei. You got Mihawk. You got literally. But the thing is you want to make every single person in that world, and all the best types of stories have transmedia. And that's what transmedia is. It's literally if you don't have transmedia, that's a bad story automatically. I promise you. But if you have transmedia, you will have a good story. Well, you can have some kind of interesting story. I would say it doesn't have to be good. As far as the endings, is because people fuck up the endings all the time. Because endings are really
beginnings.
No, the endings are really what makes the show. And and One Piece hasn't even ended yet, but he's hyping his ending up. That's what makes it amazing. Is that the dude is literally hyping, like people are just like, oh dude, I can't watch that show. That show's going on forever. It's like, no, dude, you haven't watched the show. Because
it's all this fucking foreplay to this.
It's like, no, he's literally like, no, dude, I have an ending, and I had the ending since the beginning. And when you watch the show, you really truly do see that, oh no, dude, this dude really does have like some story that he had all the way at the beginning that he really, especially once you get to Gear 5 Luffy. Because Gear 5 Luffy was literally like, I can tell, like, it's like, no, dude, this is like probably his first fucking thought of like how he wanted Luffy fight.
Yeah, this was the initial concept.
Yeah. This is the initial concept of the show. And it's like, damn, I can't just like make this shit, so I gotta introduce
like, it's so
the
good. It's like he done encapsulated 3 generations in this. It's really damn near like 4 generations in this show right now.
Yeah, bro.
It's like Bradley's generation, our generation, my little brother's generation, and even the new 10-year-olds.
Yeah.
They're like all now encapsulated in like what the fuck is One Piece like?
Yeah, and exactly. When you watch it, I remember going to
I cut out my day one for the win.
Oh, good?
Like, yeah.
No, bro. One Piece is damn, I forgot my train of thought.
We was talking about how transmedia is 3 generations worth of shit.
Oh yeah, 3 generations worth of shit. Okay, how about this? Let's go to this. Again with the analysis. Okay, with his transmedia again, like with the analysis of like Luffy's beginnings and stuff like that, and the struggles that Luffy faces, and how he has to use writing techniques to keep the story as interesting as it is. And how he does that is put Luffy through hell and put other characters through hell, mainly, at least in the beginning, the prologue, which is the East Blue, he really just kind of like puts everybody else in through hell and has Luffy again being that introduction, because this is literally the East Blue is just the introduction. So everything we know about Luffy at the end of the East Blue is everything we find out about Luffy at the beginning of the East Blue. As far as like who he is. He's a rubber kid who looks like he's not supposed to be here at all. And he's strong as hell. And he wants to become king of the pirates. And he's finding his crew. And he headed to the Grand Line to start his journey. Keyword, start his journey. Yeah. So the journey in the East Blue, the journey hasn't even started yet.
What do you mean? When?
To the One Piece. I'm saying like heading to the Grand, like the Grand Line is where the One Piece is. The equator, pretty much, right? That's where the One Piece is. They have to head to the Grand Line, and they have to travel across the entire Grand Line to the end of the Grand Line to find the One Piece. Literally, most of the show, they're just in the equator of their world. And they're talking about this is the Grand Line. This is the craziest place. That's what they're describing. Like when the East Blue is the introduction. That's all it is. He's like, no, dude, I'm gonna make 50 episodes, 50 chapters of an introduction of the story.
Yeah, facts. Not facts.
The prologue.
Facts. Nah, it's facts.
Yeah, and so when the story starts, they're hitting the Grand Line, and as soon as they hit the Grand Line, as soon as the story starts, they get on the Grand Line. They're headed down from they get on the Red Line, the huge continent. They ride up, and they're riding down to the Grand Line. They're finally here after the East Blue storyline, and this is the first adventure. And they're like, it's finally starting.
You talking about Log Town?
No. I'm talking about when they get to after Log Town. Like right after Log Town, they hit the Grand Line. They hit the Red Line. And when they hit the Red Line takes them to the Grand Line. Remember this, right?
Yeah.
But as soon as they get to the Red Line, the story is this whimsical story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This whimsical story. And it's like, oh God, I'm gonna become king of the pirates. And as soon as they hit the Red Line, they get eaten by a whale. Balloon. Yeah. But they get eaten by a whale. It's just like as soon as they get there, they get eaten. It's like that's how Oda writes. That's how he keeps it interesting. It's like, what the fuck? These niggas just
and then, I ain't gonna lie, the writing devices, because it's so goofy, I'll be looking at like some of the pacing and just some of how the transitions is like the fact that it's so free. It allows that, because certain shit it'd be like, nigga, what, like, you know what I'm saying? But it's One Piece, so it's like, oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, exactly.
Really
exactly, but
that's the point.
But at the same time, though, it's still a situation where you're like, how the fuck are they gonna get out of this?
Yeah, fact.
Because like literally the when because that's one I'm telling you, that's one of my favorite moments in the show too, is when his crew gets eaten. He's like climbing up the whale, and he's like, "I'm not gonna die." And he's like yelling, doing his like Luffy like yells and shit.
You get to find the whale.
Yeah.
Like, bro, what the fuck? The crew tweaking out, and Luffy
And then next thing you know, like the whale starts sinking, and the whale's sinking. He like, "Oh no, my friends are in there." And he's like, and he's just like doing like a little boy kind of yell, just being like, "You better stop it, I mean it," like, you know, like in his little Luffy way, and it's just like amazing, adorable shit, you know, like he's an adorable character. And that's why Zoro is the play on, like, nah, dude, like Zoro is not just a play on the side character of like Vegeta or whatever.
Zoro is his own main character.
Exactly. That's the thing. That's what he did. No, that's how he broke the rule. That's the rule that I'm talking about. That's the rule. Like he breaks the rule. You take the rule. You're like, oh, you acknowledge it, because you have to acknowledge that Zoro is his like that side Vegeta character. You do have to acknowledge it. But
he's not even really though, because with Vegeta is like Vegeta is low key the rival. It's always the rival is
it's
the
another
other character.
That's what I'm saying is broken.
That's why I say Naruto, Sasuke, fucking Ichigo, the nigga with the glasses.
Yeah.
Fucking all animes, Deku and the
and that's what he did. And that's what he did was
it's
that's
like,
what I'm saying. He broke the rule.
Is like everybody's lit.
But he broke the rule. He took the rule and broke the rule, because Zoro is that character. He is that character at the end of the day, but no, you don't see him that way, because like he broke the rule and Zoro's his main character. So it's like, nah, dude, Zoro's his main character. I agree with you, but he is a play on that character. He is a play on the character of
I feel like that would be red hair. I feel like.
Are you talking about Kid? Are you talking about
Kid?
Kid. Oh no.
Kid is
no. He entered. No.
Kid is low key Vegeta.
No. Kid, no. He introduces that later on. But I'm saying in the beginning of his storyline, as far as like, you know what I'm saying, like beginnings. No, but I completely agree that when Kid comes in, Kid is Vegeta. Like
even his character type, his personality.
Have you seen Stampede?
Vegeta. Yeah.
You see Stampede? Do you see when like Kid had made like a giant fist, and he came down at like Sonic speed, and he was like he punched Bullet, and he crushed him.
Yeah.
And then but then Luffy hit him with a Red Hawk.
Oh no, he remember he like.
Oh yeah, no. But I'm saying after that, because like literally like. After that, those two went in again, and they came in again at the same time. Like because you remember he was fighting everybody.
He hit that time.
Yeah, they when they actually hit him, exactly. When they hit him, Kid came down and crushed Bullet, and was like, "I'm gonna crush you!" Like had like a cool like yell with it, like I'm gonna, and then boom, and then crushed him. But as soon as like he like picked up the fist, when he picked up the giant fist, because the giant fist, dude, that shit like a stadium, like that's how how big the like Kid made the fist and dropped it on Bullet. But as soon as he picked it up, Luffy came in with like a Red Hawk, and then sent him. Dude, you just got to throw. I'm sorry, I do got to.
Because that wasn't we live shit. They can't copyright us.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm just. But to go on, could we make this like part 2 or whatever?
Stop it. Part 2 it.
Part 3.
Yeah.
Because I gotta.
One second.
I gotta show you this one, man. This one.
I mean, nah, because you keep going, because they don't fucking
Okay, yeah. But I'm just saying, because like I gotta. This one's good, man. Because dude, Stampede is like my favorite. Stampede is my favorite movie, as far as like One Piece movies go. When he fights Bullet. Oh yeah, man, we're making good time, by the way.
What time is it?
It's 3:42.
Oh hell yeah. Oh, kinds of good time.
Yeah.
I need some fucking khakis, bro. I cut off my day one slow to win.
Is this scene right here, bro? Bro. Okay, how about this? While we do this though, in the East Blue, what do you think is like the coolest moment? Like the coolest moment.
I wonder, can I? You right though. Hold on, this is something. I'm gonna go get. Hold on, we'll be right back, guys.
In the East Blue, what's the coolest moment for you, bro?